Hey, hey, copy me on the bus. Give it up. Put it in my trucks. And you know that that's the stuff, right? Love. Talk tough. Know what's up. Haven't seen the six in like a month. Fuck down that. Where the love?
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Finally
We're in the
to the
East, my
paint,
dance on the
baby.
hater. Over in the shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm a DC, but I'm running through and sagging like a raider. Chains on my neck, one for never, one for later. And we don't play
Yeah, that's
fair,
right.
baby, we play for keeps.
And we done
This is not a bye week.
stand.
Looking for a trophy competition, looking ski.
That's right.
Training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Yeah, the leader for the city like the champion.
What's going on, bruh?
Let's go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I be beating the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them. I'ma break them, I'm a Hall of Fame legend. They should go and hang my jersey. I made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, number
What color
one
you
seed,
want?
ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. Let me put it up, pop it out a sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Call an audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch.
Okay.
If I miss, then my teammates got the blitz. Yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Fucking good. Do that. That I'm here, baby, just because. I don't know why you could, don't you? Take Fort Worth.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Bring it up. 180.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high
just a regular ass spin.
you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, you got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now it's Trubisky. And James has it. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for the Lions. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run on first down. Robinson, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
I couldn't sit around and wait, I had to have it happen. Lost you in the game, I gotta face that.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Trubisky to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Go! 15
This is not one of the stories that got 3 sides. This is not one of the stories that can rewind. Like I'm trying to show the waves, this is no cap. You drove a nigga crazy, but I drove back. You wrote me off and then you never wrote back.
Mike. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. Mike, get it.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Green brings it in. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Blue draw portion. Hey, exit.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He's got his man, Boyd. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
There. Undercut. Hey. Hey, dude. Oh, here we go. Now.
Mixon with a first down carry. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready?
To throw on second down. Lawrence.
Are you shooting me
Tyler
now?
Eifert. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 36. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it.
Okay.
And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On first down, Lawrence. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Got it. Hey, Mike 40, Mike 40. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Yeah. Bud. Mike 40. Man, I got you. Let's go.
To throw again, Lawrence. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Give me that.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. Look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. No score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Trubisky. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On 2nd down now, it's Robinson working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. The open man is Smith. The first connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a 1st down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Wow. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. By the way, I gotta apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Hey, Sam off. 6'6", pull it high. Look, squeeze. Tighten up. Watch twist. Rock it. Watch the shift. Check 37.
Looking to throw. Lawrence airing one out for Boyd. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trubisky will throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down, make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Let's go, D. 54.
Throwing on second and long. Trubisky into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
218, chop.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready, 8, read. 61, matchbox, lights.
Mixon will try the right side.
Oh, my God.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That's complete to the tight end, Samuel. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. 1st and 10 right at the 20. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. This is close. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Back to throw. Lawrence to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Hey,
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now a signal and a timeout called, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously, the players and coach. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Back to throw. Lawrence, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Yep.
51 the mic. 51 the mic.
Hey, Orbit.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Wow.
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed.
Wow.
They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Hey, alert. Lock in.
Watch safety green.
Now it's Trubisky.
Oh,
His throw incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
54. Mike 54.
Hey, 18.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. On 1st down, Robinson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Trubisky to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson.
Oh, you.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 to the 11. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Go! Hey, Charlie!
Here's the 2nd and 7. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Oh gosh, man. I don't even know if I can do anymore with your names, man. This shit is ridiculous.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Back now in Cincinnati. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Throwing again on second down. Trubisky. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Look at me, zipper.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence.
Dude, what are you doing?
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
Slave, bro.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Go, go.
Mike 40, Mike 40. Cut.
Go, now.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
Wow. Oh.
And they've got it right across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
I mean. Okay. Yeah. Just get a nigga in the game.
From the gun, Lawrence. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
50, slant.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He finds his running back, Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He held me twice on this drive. Twice.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. They go play action. Trubisky. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run here with Robinson.
Oh, the block's just a little bit longer, bro. Just a little bit longer.
And whistles, and we're going to have a stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Throwing now is Trubisky. It's caught. Smith. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. On first down, it's Robinson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Good game, man.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again here with Robinson. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Trubisky to throw. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line.
I know they want AJ Green.
As we've seen over the
You let
years,
AJ Green beat you off the line like that?
Put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked.
We are in trouble. We are in serious trouble. If you let AJ Green beat you off the line.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrett Davis, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on third and long. Lawrence, now a desperation throw, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. The Lions offense.